What is up, Shooms, and welcome back to another brand new Let's Play here on the GallantKnightVT YouTube channel. I hope you guys are excited. I'm actually going to be jumping into Yunli's story quest today, which just released with the new Honkai 2.4 update last week. So I want to go ahead and we're just going to jump kind of right into this. There is a bunch of, new content that was released with the 2.4 update. As you guys may have seen, I did do the story quest on my stream recently. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and jump into Yunli's quest here. As I was saying, there's a bunch of content that was released with the 2.4 update, and some of it you will see on my Twitch stream. So if you did miss it, you can check it out on my VODs channel. But where is this? Where am I going? Oh my god, it's all the way over there? Oh jeez, okay. Yeah, so if you did miss the kind of lead up story to this, you can check this out on my VODs channel. But basically, we're going to be going ahead and continuing almost kind of off of that stream.
Ever since March started learning swordplay from Yancheng and Yunli, her voice has been absent on the Express. I wonder how well she's progressing. Where has she been these days?
So yeah, we're going to see what's going on with Yunli. Have you seen March 7th? She didn't turn up to practice. Why don't you message her? Good question. Are there any messages? I haven't seen her either. She's not replying to my messages. If I can't find March 7th, then I can only seek out her legal guardian, which is you. First off, I am definitely not March's legal guardian. You can go look for Mr. Yang or Miss Simiko. If they're not there, you can always find Don Hung. Too many names, can't remember. Ugh, I was ordered to instruct her in the ways of the sword. She can skip this class, but I can't skip my duty. We need to talk to your child's. We need to talk about your child's behavior. How about this? You come find me at Orm Alley. I'll wait for you. I'm not her mom. What the fuck? Oh, for the love of God! All right, I guess we have to go and take responsibility for our friend who is definitely not our child. God damn it! Let's see what trouble she's been getting up to. Oh, we're in Orm Alley. I completely forgot that this is where this is. Hello, Yunli.
Ah, there you are. I was looking around before you got here. I already looked everywhere, but March 7th is nowhere to be found.
Maybe she's
Forget it.
somewhere else.
Let's just assume she successfully skipped class.
Okay.
Actually, she's been quite diligent in her swordplay practice and hasn't taken many breaks lately. I think she deserves a day off.
Oh, okay.
Besides, I used to skip classes even more than her back when I was still learning. If I was in the mood, I could train for 3 days straight. But if I wasn't in the mood, none of my seniors could find me.
Sounds like you have ADHD, ma'am.
So, I can understand where she's coming from.
Looks like she learned it from her master,
Don't
yeah.
make excuses for her. Since you're here, let me treat you to some tasty food.
Oh, I'm not gonna say no to that.
I'm more interested in you today.
Oh? Yeah, what are you interested in me for? Yeah, let me be clear, I'm not learning swordplay from you.
Let's walk and talk.
Okay. What? You just ran away, goddamn.
Chad told me there's tasty food in Arum Alley. Let's go there.
Alright, let's do it. Ma'am, why do you have no shoes on? Put your shoes back on, please. Nasty
A table
ass.
for two, please.
All right, come
Is
on
she taking
in.
me on a date?
What would you like?
He doesn't even know me.
Well, we'll have one of everything on the menu.
The entire menu?
Do you think it'll be enough?
She's worried we won't be able to finish it all, and I don't have much money on me right now, yeah. I'm kind of a broke
Don't worry.
bitch.
I've got enough money with me.
Oh, what the heck? She looks at me confidently. Okay.
Well, then I'll start making a few dishes, and if you need more, just let me know.
Thank you.
Her voice acting is actually quite nice. I think I mentioned that on the stream. Are you sure we don't need to look for
No.
March? Yeah.
I've thought about it. She deserves a day off.
Do you usually eat a lot?
I mean, not too much, actually. Grandpa said to never be stingy when it comes to making friends. So, how big is your appetite?
My stomach is a bottomless pit. I feel like that fits Stell more than it fits me, but I'll go with it.
Ah, then to your heart's content.
Did you say you're interested in me? Yeah, what's up with that?
To be more precise, I'm interested in your sword.
don't have a
Yanqing
sword.
mentioned you before. He said that you're not to be underestimated, and that your weapon has a unique shape.
Depending on what weapon she's talking
I've
about.
always been curious about your sword. How the weight is distributed, what material it's made of, whether it contains any special ingenia, and what kind of sword techniques you use.
It's not a sword, it's a baseball bat, yeah. Or in some
Seriously?
capacities, it's a lance
bat?
or a hat. Are you disappointed?
Just the opposite. This is fascinating.
Alright. You place your beloved bat, your most trusted companion, perhaps second only to the legs of March 7th on Hung, well, Himiko and Pom Pom, before Yunli's gaze.
So, it really is a baseball bat. Grandpa said that a sword doesn't have to be constrained by its shape, so, in a sense, your bat is a sword too. He also said that a weapon mimics its master, so your bat
I guess you could
actually
say that.
reflects your habits and nature, you know?
I guess. Sure.
Well, let me guess. You're someone who doesn't follow the rules, enjoys improvising, and can handle yourself well against tough foes. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, literally our fucking signature tagline is rules are made to be broken, so I think she's got us there.
Amazing, right? And I bet you always say something
God
silly
damn it.
like, rules
Bro,
are
she
made
legitimately
to be
knows
broken.
way too much about us. What the fuck?
I've come across so
That's
many
crazy.
sword wielders who acted all righteous and moral, but were really just liars. Their swords always told the truth, though. They told me that their wielders were just a bunch of frauds who relied on their divine weapons for everything. I've hunted down hundreds of swords like this so far, and every single one of them has been melted down.
Oh, well, that's kind of... What the fuck? You just take people's swords and melt them?
Yes, but only for those who cross the line. Melting their swords is my way of protecting those weapons. But just looking at a sword is not enough. Grandpa always says, words and expressions can be deceiving, but in a fight to the death, a sword's movements never lie.
Interesting.
The war dance is just around the corner. You'll be participating, right?
Miss
I don't know.
Yunli, for talented sword masters like you, the war dance is a perfect opportunity to show off your skills and make a name for
Who the
yourself.
hell is talking? Who are you?
But for people like
Who are
her
you?
who've already made significant contributions to the Xianzhou, they maybe don't need to prove themselves on the war dance stage. It has been a while, Miss Nameless.
Hello. I don't remember you,
And
but...
you are...
Madam Yukong's secretary. Yes, okay.
Thank you for your introduction, Miss Nameless. I'm Shi Kuei, and I work in the Palace of Astrum as the secretary for the Helmmaster. I apologize for interrupting your conversation. I happened to hear you discussing the war dance. And since this person is an old acquaintance, I thought I'd come and say hello.
You hosting any guests?
Yes, with the war dance approaching, many guests from afar are pouring in. Mr. Pavo here is one of them.
Oh.
He's from the distant planet Kalevala.
Hello.
Mr. Pavo's planet recently joined the Pan-Cosmic Trade System. He brought his delegation here this time, not only for business, but also to return something that belongs to the Xianzhou.
Okay.
Miss Shikwe, the word gift is perhaps more fitting than return.
Oh, they actually...
While
put
it did once belong to the
person of color
Xianzhou,
in
it faced many tribulations
Honkai.
to be
That's
able to deliver
impressive.
it here.
What the
so
fuck?
It should be considered a gift.
I apologize for my poor choice of words. Mr. Pavo's delegation brought a legendary Xianzhou sword that had been lost for centuries. General Huayan plans to personally thank them at the Palace of Astrum and present the sword as a prize to the champion of the war dance. Mr. Pavo and I were actually on our way there. Since you two were talking so enthusiastically about the war dance, maybe you'd be interested in joining us at the Palace of Astrum?
I mean, I guess we can. Sure. I will say, it's actually really impressive to see Hoyo put a person of color in the game. I didn't think... I mean, I know you guys, you've probably seen all the controversy in Genshin about a lot of that stuff recently. Because a lot of the new characters, people were really pissed that there were no one was involved of a darker skin tone. Of any kind, really, at all. But, I mean, like... Apparently they're not, like, against it because they've put a character right here in Honkai. So, I don't know. It's interesting.
Nice to meet you both. The journey
Hopefully
to the
he doesn't end up being a
Xianzhou
villain or
Laofu
something,
wasn't an
because
easy
that would
one.
be kind of stereotypical.
The scenery
and
here
frustrating.
is worth it.
But,
It's
you know, we'll
completely
give them the
different
benefit of
from
the
my
doubt.
homeland. Once the formalities at the Palace of Astrum are finished, I'll find a quiet spot on this street and plant a seedling. And then my mission will be complete. The Sword of Heroes will finally be returned to its rightful owners. I couldn't be happier.
Wow, he has a lot of information apparently. Okay, what's up with Kalevala?
Oh, you're interested in my home planet? That's great. Your Excellency is welcome to visit us at any time. Even though the trade route just opened, it still might take around 200 system hours to get there from Pier Point. But our planet is really great. Sure, it's a bit cold and the food is a bit repetitive and our houses aren't as fancy as those on Pier Point, but that doesn't matter. We've discovered massive supernium deposits, and we're on the path to prosperity.
Oh, that's good. All right, let's talk about the sword.
Oh, you mean the Mieka Kivesa? It's an incredible sword. That weapon helped the legendary heroes of my homeland slay demons. That is highly revered. It also has the power to choose monarchs.
Thinks about it.
All the ancient kings of Kalevala received a sign from the sword, showing they were worthy to rule the land.
Interesting.
According to tradition, each monarch would plunge the sword into a stone, and only a hero recognized by the sword could pull it out and ascend to the throne next.
That sword can actually appoint worthy monarchs?
Well, those are just legends from the past. No one today has witnessed it firsthand.
Oh, gotcha. Why don't you keep the sword for yourselves? Yeah, that's a good
Well, times have changed, and now that we have a council in place, the idea of a sword crowning a king has become a joke. Besides, it wasn't a native of Kalevala who last pulled out the sword and recognized its connection to the Xianzhou ship. It was a visitor from afar.
Oh. Ooh.
While the sword holds great historical significance for Kalevala, it doesn't truly belong to our world.
Interesting.
The old-timers on council had a heated debate about whether to return the sword. They eventually unanimously agreed to let the Mieka Kivesa return to where it truly belongs. That's the best possible outcome.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Wonderful.
All right,
It's
I
an
guess
honor
we'll
to
be
have so
witnessing its
many
return.
people witness the sword's homecoming.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, what's up, Yunli?
Let's head to the Palace of Astrum together.
Yeah, why not? I'd love to take a look
I
at
know,
that sword too, yeah.
right? Thanks to March 7th skipping class, we get to join in on the fun. Grandpa always asks me to go look at swords with him, but he hasn't said anything about this one. It's really weird. But now that we're
Maybe he
invited,
didn't know it was
let's
gonna
go
be here.
and check it out.
Although that seems a little weird too, considering he's one of the great generals, right? All right, let's go to the Palace of Astrum. There, wow. Or actually, no, we have been there recently. Never mind. What the fuck am I talking about? What the hell?
It's
We were
still
literally here
early.
yesterday.
Where to now?
Yunli, hello.
There you are. Come on.
She
Let's
is
go to the
very
ceremony
small.
together.
Holy shit. Jamie was mentioning that yesterday. She is very small. She's a small girl. Yo, what the heck? Argenti is here? Oh yeah, Argenti has a new voice actor. Okay, so funny thing, chat. I never actually did Argenti's original quest. So I've still, to this day, never heard Argenti's voice. Because yeah, I didn't play his quest before we got to Penacony. So I thought that that was the first time we met him, was in Penacony, and he wasn't voiced through the entirety of that quest line. So this is the first time I'm about to hear his voice ever.
Please
it's a brand
allow
new
me to
actor.
offer a sincere compliment, my fair lady. Your beauty is as pure as a snow-white iris. Well,
That's a
if it isn't
child.
my dear friend.
All right.
Glad to meet you again.
Hello, Argenti.
Who is this weirdo? Who is this knight?
I am Argenti, a member of the Knights of Beauty. I was invited as a part of the Kalevala delegation to escort the legendary Mieka Kivesa back to the Xianzhou. May I have the honor of knowing your name?
My name is Yunli.
What a beautiful name. I wonder if you have ever heard the holy name of the pure and flawless goddess Adrilla.
Oh, you're here, Yunli. Didn't expect you to be so well informed. Well, now that you're here, don't forget your manners.
Manners. Come on. You won't find another granddaughter as polite and well-behaved as me.
Fruit.
Well,
That's not true.
just
That's
remember
not
this is a very serious ceremony. Sorry for keeping you waiting, Mr. Pavo. Now, let the sword gifting ceremony begin.
Before the ceremony officially commences, I want to express my gratitude to the Knight Argenti. Thank you for enlightening us about the
he's the
sword's
one who
origin, and for escorting it here safely so that we may complete this ceremony.
Cool.
On behalf of the Kalevalan delegation, I, Pavel Kalistaya, am here to return the legendary Mieka Kifesa to the Xianzhou Alliance, its rightful homeland.
I'm truly grateful for Kalevala's noble act of returning the sword and for the Knight of Beauty's chivalry. Now, as we gather here on the Xianzhou Laofu, I officially welcome the sword back to its homeland, Mieka Kifesa. It's a fitting name for a sword with such a legendary past. I still remember the name engraved on this sword the day it was forged. Guyin. It was forged by Han Guang, a craftsman from the Zhu Ming's Pyrogyre Forge.
Wait,
Flame wheel and pyrogyros.
Hongguang?
Although its blade is worn and cracked, its essence remains as resilient as the Xianzhou Cloud Knights. All it needs is some repairs and polishing by the skilled craftsmen of the Artisanship Commission to regain its former glory.
She knows who
I've
that
decided to entrust this sword, Guyin, to the Lawfu Artisanship Commission for restoration. Furthermore, it will serve as the prize for the champion of the Lawfu War Dance. This sword will be wielded against abominations to protect our homeland and live up to the mission of the Kalevalan delegation that returned it from so far away.
was. Wait, I thought that he said that he crafted the sword that was gonna be used as the prize. Didn't they say that during the main story quest? They showed us the sword in the case. They changed their mind?
Thank you, General. It is an honor for Kalevala.
Or maybe
Now,
that wasn't for the whole thing, that was
esteemed
just for
knight
the...
and delegation members, please head to the
That specific
Artisanship
ring.
Commission, where...
No! This sword was forged by Hongguang.
Yunli! These esteemed guests have brought back your father's last work. Where are your manners?
Oh, I didn't realize this sword was actually forged by your father. Returning it to its rightful owner is,
Grandpa, give me that cursed sword right now. I'll melt away the remnants of that man's curse once and for all.
First sword, yeah, what the heck, man? Hold up.
Don't be rude, Yunli. Apologize to our esteemed guests from afar.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making a scene. But I have to melt down this cursed sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands.
Interesting.
Yunli, please, go for now.
Damn, bro. At least ask her why she feels so strongly about it.
This is exactly why I didn't want Yunli to know about this. I didn't want to create trouble, but trouble found its way here anyway. Perhaps it really is divine intervention. Could you, please, keep an eye on Yunli for me?
Yeah, I think we can do that. Is it really my place to get involved here? Yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah. Of course.
That is a tall order. but I'm counting on you.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
apologize for the unfortunate interruption. Let us move on with the ceremony.
Separately depart. Yeah. To go after Yunli. Okay.
Unless I'm mistaken, Yunli should be around here somewhere.
Where's she at?
That's a hefty battleship there.
I thought she might come
Put
down
up
here.
the ads this time?
Oh, there she is. Oh no, is she crying? Oh, Yunli. Oh no, dude. No, my girl. It's okay.
Did Grandpa send you to look for me?
I mean, he did, but we would have come looking for you anyway.
I bet he did.
Yeah, I'm sure because I care
Really?
about you. Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Thank you. Just so you know, I'm here just waiting for the perfect moment to snatch that sword. And once I have it, I'll melt it down before anyone can react. Don't even think about stopping me. No one can stop me.
You think I'm gonna let you cause more trouble? No one can help you. You don't. Yeah, what's going on?
Grandpa sent you here. Surely he doesn't want you to help me.
Well, it's not that.
Have you heard of cursed swords? That sword is one.
Like a sacred sword that's been corrupted, or it's a sword that's been
I
cursed?
guess that's what it means, literally. A cursed sword lets anyone, even a complete novice, wield it with insane skill.
Oh, kind of like
Just
the
by
other weapon she was
holding the
talking about.
hilt, even the weakest rookie can brandish it with incredible
Oh, kind of like that,
speed
that
and
sword
strength.
that we fought that was taken over by a heliobus, right? It's something like that. Mark 7th could graduate in just one day. Yeah.
I'm not joking around. And I'm not making up some crazy story. While a cursed sword grants instant abilities to its wielder, it comes at a cost. It's like continuously adding fuel to the forge. With each swing, the sword drains the wielder's blood and essence. Day by day, the fuel will run out, leaving nothing but an empty husk.
That's not good.
Soon enough, it will no longer be a person wielding a sword, but a mindless, killing machine, consumed by bloodlust and murderous thoughts.
Oh, shit. That does seem kind of like being possessed by a heliobus, yeah.
Oh, so you're familiar with Heliobi. That makes this much easier to explain. There was a lunatic swordsmith who infused metal blades with Heliobi, as he
Oh, it's
was
literally
obsessed
Heliobi.
with turning
Oh,
weapons
shit,
into
that's what I
living
was thinking.
things. And this is how cursed swords were made.
Oh, so he literally combined them. Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, your father sealed a heliobus inside that sword?
I
What
know.
the fuck?
I shouldn't have caused a scene at the sword gifting ceremony. But I've thought this through. If I don't make a fuss now, that cursed sword will cause a whole lot more trouble. So it's better if it's me causing the trouble.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
By the way, aren't they supposed to be taking the sword to the Artisanship Commission for repairs? Why haven't they come out yet? Any ideas?
Maybe there are other ways. Yeah, I don't know. Could be a back.
Looks like they're not going to show up here. I'll just head straight to the Artisanship Commission.
Yep, I agree.
It doesn't matter why Grandpa chose that sword. I won't let it fall into anyone else's hands. I'll track down every single sword he forged and melt
So
them
that's
down
why she's been
one
tracking
after
down
another.
and melting swords. Yep.
Just like I've been doing all these years. I have to go now.
Yeah, even if it's the
Is
last
she
sword her
planning
father
to sneak
made.
into the Artisanship Commission and steal that sword?
Yeah, probably, which is a good thing. It's gonna cause innumerable amounts of problems if she doesn't.
The Artisanship Commission is so big. Where could she be?
I don't know, we can ask these guys. Why didn't we just follow her?
Just a while ago, a girl came up to me, all fierce and demanding directions. She said she's a member of the Artisanship Commission. Do you know her?
No idea who she is. If she really works here, how can she not know her way around?
Oh yeah, she's from
I see. That explains it then.
Explains what? It explains nothing at all.
She said something like, I'm a member of the Artisanship Commission. Where do you keep your precious stuff? I got scared and pointed her toward Master Gongshu's warehouse, where he stores his arumatons.
Wait, why did you give her directions? What if she's planning to steal something?
Yeah, where'd she go?
Where else? Like I said, she was headed straight for the warehouse, where all the valuable arumatons are.
Okay.
Yeah, that place is filled with Master Gongshu's precious arumatons. I bet they'll give her a hard time.
I doubt it, considering that how well we know her. How the hell do we get over them? How do I use this thing? How do I use this thing? Yeah, pot. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't know how to activate this. How do I... It's been a long time since I've been in this area and I don't really know what I'm doing. How do I... Can I just go this way? Yeah, maybe that's like the return trip is to go that way. The camera was also angled this direction, so it's kind of making me think this is the way we're supposed to go. Yeah. Easy. Move it, motherfuckers. Places to go, people to go. Okay. Oh, we're almost there. We probably could have just teleported over here. Oh, yeah.
What are you doing here? Look, if I get into trouble, it's my problem. I don't want to drag you into it.
I promised Grandpa I'd keep an eye on you, yeah.
Let's smash these metal cans first. Then we can talk.
Alright, let's do it. Time to try out to... Oh, I thought we were gonna get to play with it. I guess we're not gonna get to play with it.
Attack! Nice, like a my friends. Indulge yourselves!
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Like fire until everything burns to ashes! Set to the seas ablaze!
Not really sure.
Enjoying yourself?
Stay in step.
Step up, let's see it.
This is fight to live! Some value, I suppose. Eternal.
I like that confidence.
Damn, bro, why are they always going after her with the big hits?
Time to mix things up.
So this is the warmth of life. Enjoying yourself?
Jeez. Hi-ya.
Set the seas ablaze!
I was a break. Oh my god.
Initiate clean.
Take your positions.
Okay, easy enough. Very nice.
That was the last of them. Thank you for helping me out. This place is heavily guarded. But there's nothing but arumatons. Where is the arsenal? Seems like not even those craftsmen know where the arsenal is. At this rate, we won't find anything. And Grandpa might take me away before I can do anything. You're not really here to help me. You're here to stop me, right?
Yeah, the cursed sword isn't just your problem. It can
No.
affect everyone here.
It's not. Grandpa made a promise to the delegation, and going back on his word would tarnish his reputation and make things difficult for the Luofu. But leaving that cursed sword here will also make things difficult for the Luofu. So all things considered, the best outcome is for me to melt that sword down and take all the blame. You probably think I'm being impulsive.
No,
and
I literally agree
unreasonable,
with
right?
you. I think that's a good idea. But I just think you're too obsessed with the cursed swords, so you are self-aware after all.
No, really. Do I come across that way? Well, I guess I can't deny it.
I mean, it's literally her father's.
Seems like
Yeah.
you've met a lot of people who don't tell you the whole story.
Why don't you just tell me everything? I feel like she did, though.
Look. I owe you an explanation. But this isn't the best place to talk. We need to find somewhere else. Let me be clear, though. I'm still pretty riled up. This is just a temporary break.
Yeah, that's fine. Just
I
trying to
already told you about
understand.
Guyan,
Yeah.
the sword that was returned during the ceremony. It's a cursed sword, with a heliobus inside. And Hongguang, the swordsmith who forged it, is my father. I rarely mention his name to anyone other than Grandpa. Maybe, like you said, I've been avoiding having to talk about him.
Yeah.
But as long as my mission to hunt down cursed swords continues, it's impossible to avoid the topic forever.
Yeah, but
For some reason, I feel like I can open up to you. Honestly, I don't remember much about him.
that's so cute.
All I know is that the Pyrogyre Forge used to be a bustling place, with people from all over coming to get one of his swords. They called him the greatest master craftsman since Yingxing. I didn't catch all the details, but I do remember seeing him forge those amazing swords, while the visitors watched with smiles on their faces. I used to believe that craftsmen brought happiness to others.
I love this art so much. This is so cute. I love this. She's clearly like watching her father with admiration as he's continuing to craft. I love that.
The swords crafted by the
He's still
Pyrogyre
innocent,
Forge
you know?
are famed across the stars. They possess exceptional sharpness and invincibility.
Dang, invincibility? Holy
With
shit.
these legendary weapons, even ordinary people can become skilled warriors, capable of overcoming the most formidable opponents. But then, he became obsessed with becoming a famed swordsmith, and started crossing all sorts of lines. He forged cursed swords that should never exist. And all those people who desired those twisted swords started flooding into the palace. However, just like Grandpa said, those who excel with the sword will eventually suffer by it. The palace was overrun with visitors from afar.
Oh, shit.
Some left empty-handed. Others got swords that didn't fulfill their desires. And some even resorted to stealing. And in the midst of all the chaos my father created, he ended up being stabbed by one of the swords he forged.
She had to witness it, man.
It was so
Oh my god. It's like gotta be between the two images.
and unexpected. Everything went silent for a moment. all I could hear was the sound of bones breaking and blood pouring out. I was frozen in place, unable to move. It was only when my mother pushed me away from the deadly swing of the cursed sword that I managed to escape. I don't remember much after that, except for the pounding of my heart and the sound of my own gasps of breath. I could hear the smiths in the Pyrogyre forge shouting, "Run away, Yunli," and the screams of agony. My tears wouldn't stop, and I couldn't see anything. I kept gasping for air until I collapsed in a pool of blood. If General Huayan hadn't arrived in time, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you now.
Damn,
After
dude.
that, General Huayan took me in and treated me like his own granddaughter. To me, he is 100 times better than my sinful father.
Damn, man.
He taught me forging and swordsmanship. Han Guang paid for his sins, but his troubled legacy must not go unchecked. According to the records, he forged a total of 1,382 Heliobus cursed swords, and 182 of them had unique designs. When I joined the Pyrogyre Forge for training, I made a vow to hunt down all those cursed swords. So far, I found 312 of them, and Guyun will be my 313th. Like all the other cursed swords, I'll separate it from the Heliobus. Then, I'll melt it down and make it part of the Blade of Forged Remnants.
Is that what her sword is?
I've said my piece now. Even though it'll be tough for Grandpa, I still have to melt down the sword.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, I hate the speaking options for this. I really, really do. I don't like them because the two options are either, but the delegation calls it the Sword of Heroes, or I think you should talk to General Hua. I just want to agree with her, bro. She's completely correct. Like, I mean, everything she says here, she's absolutely in the right to do so. First of all, because her father created these swords, so, you know, she feels like it's her responsibility to, you know, fix this problem. I feel really bad for her because in this situation, I would completely agree, but I can't. The best option I have here is to say, I think you should talk to General Huayan about it.
So, you're saying, even though Grandpa knew it was a cursed sword, he still chose it to be a prize because he thought it wouldn't cause any trouble? No. No matter how I think about it, something is definitely off. Grandpa didn't tell me anything about the ceremony. He must be hiding something.
Sure.
Besides, after our argument today, you want me to go back and talk to him now? No way. At least not today. Maybe tomorrow. Somehow, after talking to you, I feel like I've cooled off a bit. Well, I'll have an honest conversation with Grandpa tomorrow. And I won't take any action against Guyun until he gives me his reasons.
Okay. Yeah. Apologize to him, too.
Yeah. I shouldn't have done that in a public place.
I don't disagree with that necessarily.
Anyway, thank you. We'll catch up tomorrow.
I should go back to the Palace of Astrum and tell General Huayan what happened at the Artisanship Commission.
Why am I doing that? Oh, this is okay. I don't agree with these choices. These choices don't make sense. I would never do this. He doesn't, you know, like. This is between the two of them. At this point, I went to protect her for her sake.
My granddaughter didn't cause any trouble, did she,
Not
young
really.
lady?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry for all this trouble. Yunli told you quite a bit. Now it's time for this old man to tell my side of the story.
Okay.
Guang was my beloved disciple. A rare genius not seen in the Pyrogyre Forge since Yingxing. However, talent can sometimes be a curse. He had an unusual fervor for forging, and he dreamed of forging a sword with self-awareness that surpassed that of humans. He believed it would make warriors invincible without any training.
That seems...
According to him, while weapons of mass destruction like Zhu-Ming flames and alchemical arrows can destroy many enemies, true victory lies with soldiers who fearlessly fight, ready to lay their lives on the line. Usually, Xianzhou swordsmiths infuse a basic level of awareness into their swords to make them easier to wield. But even then, soldiers need to experience countless battles to overcome fear and sharpen their instincts. So
he thought of using Heliobi to observe emotions. Yeah.
By infusing Heliobi into swords, he managed to forge weapons that could grant their wielders strength and valor, and even make decisions for them. However, weapons are different from regular tools. They are meant to kill, plain and simple. After countless battles, all the anger, fear, and bloodlust are soaked up by the Heliobi within the swords. The soldiers wielding them not only gain strength, but they also become consumed by the malice, turning them into puppets possessed by the swords.
Yep.
No matter how noble Hongguang's intentions were, those weapons, soaked in blood, turned into cursed swords eventually. Later, Outworlders got wind of what he was doing and encouraged him to keep forging cursed swords. They came up with all sorts of reasons, from taking back their kingdoms to slaying demons. And you know what happened next. That massacre took her parents' lives, and the lives of many craftsmen in the Pyrogyre Forge. Yunli managed to survive, but she couldn't escape the horrors of that day.
That's why you didn't want her to see that sword.
Yes. I don't want her to spend her whole life trapped under her father's shadow. She doesn't deserve to carry the weight of his mistakes.
I'm gonna pause. Like, I agree, she doesn't deserve to carry the weight of his mistakes, but also someone has to deal with the situation. And like, I'm actually a little surprised that more people aren't talking about this. Like, why is there not like a task force? Like, this wiped out an entire, like, group of people. Because people were just like, oh, I want this sword, and then they fucking went crazy with bloodlust and killed all of these people. Like, this could be a major problem. And she's the only one who's doing anything about it. So, like, as much as I agree that she shouldn't have to carry the weight of his mistakes, like, maybe he should be taking some of the responsibility. Maybe he should be hunting down these swords. Because he was, like, Huan Yang was his protege. I don't remember if that was his name exactly, but the guy was his protege. He should be taking some responsibility for this, right? Somebody needs to take responsibility, and if he's not going to do it, she has to.
Out all cursed swords. Fulfilling that vow requires immense effort. Traversing the starry seas in search of the swords is like finding a needle in a haystack.
And she's found 312 of them so far.
And to reclaim those swords, she has to duel the bloodthirsty wielders, teetering on the edge of life and death. She has taken back over 300 cursed swords, and has suffered the same number of fatal wounds. I took her in to give her a chance at a normal childhood, not to send her on a sword-hunting journey. Even if she manages to melt down all the cursed swords one day, what will she do with her life after?
She can finally rest after cleaning up your fucking mess, old man.
Hu Yin is indeed one of the cursed swords forged by Hongguang. Very few swordsmiths could use Heliobi as forging material, and Hongguang was one of them. His attempt came at a terrible cost.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah,
I
Yunli wants
thought
to talk
this
to you.
sword could be an opportunity. I wanted to tell her that her father wasn't all evil, that even the man she resents so much managed to forge a true sword of heroes. I also wanted to find a chance to tell her about the history and origin of this sword, but not during the ceremony. As you saw, it wasn't a good time. I've instructed the Artisanship Commission to keep the sword safe in the arsenal. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask the people involved.
Like, do you really expect to give that to someone else? Alright. Huayan gave Lafu a sword called Guyun. Don't worry, General Huayan has already conferred his instructions, right? I heard from the apprentices that a young lady with a sword barged into the Artisanship Commission. That's General Huayan's granddaughter, right? Is she here to chat or kidnap me? She's calmed down, yeah. She promised me that she wouldn't take Guyun until we confirmed the situation. What? She's come to steal the sword? My nerves can't take much more of this. The Knight of Beauty just escorted the sword to the Artisanship Commission. It is currently in the armory without a chance for compromise or mishaps. You just relax. When I have the time, I want to hear that girl tell me why she tried to steal the blade. I mean, to be fair, they say that it's locked down, but they also said that the other guy was locked down in the most secure prison that the Lawfu has ever had, and he fucking broke out. So, if somebody
Since
really
my
wanted that
granddaughter
sword,
mentioned talking to me tomorrow, I'll be waiting for her. By the way, you watched over her for quite some time. You must be exhausted, aren't you?
no, lady like her never gets tired. Yeah, true.
I'll be counting on you then.
I got you. Oh,
Time
man.
to go back and find that class-skipping March 7th.
Yeah, where the fuck did March 7th go? She ruined this whole thing. God damn it. Oh, that guy's glowing. What? Why is this guy glowing? Oh, they're both glowing.
But you have to
What?
trust
Oh, it's just
me.
a background.
I'm
For something about that
100%
window
Foxy.
is like making everything glow. I mean, 100% fuck. Fuck. Someone claiming that he's like a half-breed or something? After finishing it all, you return to the express and come face to face with March 7th, caught skipping class. God damn it. God damn it, March. What the hell? Sipping milk tea and gossiping, time slipped away unnoticed. The next day arrived. Oh, we don't even get to say hi to March? What? Alright, onward. You there? Are you able to cooperate with us for a bit? Care to come to the Artisanship Commission? Yeah, what happened to the sword? Almost guarantees it was something with the sword. I didn't even say anything. How did you know? Fucking damn it. That's correct. The Artisanship Commission said they received a sword yesterday from General Huayan. Today, when we checked, the sword had vanished. Anyway, the Realm Commission is officially conducting an investigation and is interrogating relevant individuals. I told them to be careful. I even told Master Gonshu yesterday to keep everyone careful watching the sword. Does he know about the current situation? Yeah, he reported this case. Anyway, anyone who attended yesterday's ceremony and it lacks a clear alibi will be considered a suspect. The craftsman also mentioned a young girl who broke into the Artisanship Commission with a sword in hand. She bears the bulk of the suspicion. Alright, enough chatter. I'll see you at the Artisanship Commission. Okay. Alright, sir. I like this song a lot, by the way. Good song. Alright, well, there's like 3 people here, so...
All right, everyone is here. It's time for questioning.
Yunli, I'm sure you understand why the official called you here, right?
Yeah? But I didn't steal the sword.
Yeah, she promised me she wouldn't steal the sword.
Unfortunately, official Dahao didn't hear Yunli's promise. If we don't recover the sword, we will be breaking our promise to the Lawfu and betraying the delegation. We're counting on you to find the truth, official Dahao.
Yes. It's my duty to thoroughly investigate the case. Even though Yunli is firm in her words, we can't just rely on her testimony.
After everything, the sword still got stolen. Ugh, they should have given it to me from the beginning.
I agree.
In this case of Gu Yun's theft, everyone involved seems suspicious to some extent. Miss Yunli is the main suspect. First, during the sword gifting ceremony, Yunli openly expressed her intention to steal the sword. She even mentioned it multiple times. After the ceremony, she broke into the Artisanship Commission and destroyed Arumatons in an attempt to get the sword. Am I right?
That's true.
The Realm Keeping Commission inspected the arsenal where Gu Yun was stored, and there were no signs of forced entry through the doors or windows. The only possible entrance or exit was a small window gap, just a few inches wide.
Oh, yeah. We had March 7th.
March 7th were here, she'd probably jinx it and accidentally reveal who the thief was.
The box containing Gu Yun was opened and the sword went missing. But none of the other swords in the room were touched. Which means...
Stuff's like new about the box and the sword. It was planned in advance, yeah.
I don't think it was stolen on a whim.
Exactly. The suspect had a clear motive and took only Gu Yun. So, besides the ceremony participants, only the delegation members had access to the sword.
Maybe someone from the delegation stole the sword? Yeah, true.
In that case, why would they return it to the Xianzhou in the first place?
Maybe they're... Yeah, they could have regretted their decision.
That makes sense. The delegation, led by the Knight of Beauty, delivered the sword to the Artisanship Commission. The craftsmen who received it testified that they didn't take anything from the arsenal.
Okay, yeah, what if Argenti stole the
Argenti?
sword?
Oh, that Knight of Beauty. He was with the delegation when they handed over the sword to the Artisanship Commission.
Okay.
You might not know, but he's the one who recognized the sword's origin on Kalevala and escorted it back to the Xianzhou. In other words, he's the one who made it possible for the sword to come home. So, he wouldn't have gone through all that trouble to bring it to the Law Fu if he wanted to keep the sword for himself, right?
I mean, I guess. True. Could it be that the craftsman stole the sword? Yeah,
Master
true.
Gongshu checked the work records, and I questioned all the craftsmen and apprentices who were on shift at the time. But I didn't find any suspicious individuals.
Okay. Yeah, could it be that I stole the sword?
So, did you steal it?
No.
Then stop joking around.
All right.
I can prove that she came to me after leaving the Artisanship Commission, so she couldn't have stolen the sword.
To put it simply, not everyone who's seen the sword has been to the Artisanship Commission, and not everyone who might want the sword has seen it. So, the only remaining suspect is Miss Yunli.
Fair enough.
So...
I didn't steal the sword.
Well, when you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
Yeah, I think we're missing something.
If you want to prove me wrong, you better come up with some solid evidence.
Let me
Oh,
gather my
no.
thoughts. I need to help Yunli clear her
The
name.
witnesses in the scene and investigate the evidence of the
Did
crime
we
scene.
miss any clues?
Okay, can I just talk to these
If you
guys?
found any clues...
Oh.
All right.
Well,
Who could have thought that the Miekaki vesa would be stolen? And that the prime suspect is General Huayan's granddaughter?
I mean, yeah.
Regardless, we've
It's a bit of a
accomplished
mess.
our mission. And now it's the Xianzhou's problem. By the way, why did that girl call it a cursed sword? It's quite upsetting.
Yeah, because the sword literally contains an evil
That's
spirit.
enough, young lady. Let me get something straight. On Kalevala, this sword has always been highly revered.
Congratulations.
The
it's
first
not...
master of the Miekaki vesa slew countless demons and then passed
Yes,
it down to
exactly.
a line of wise monarchs.
They were wise.
The monarchs would heed the guidance of the hero spirits within the sword and gain insight into defeating their enemies.
Uh-huh. That's a common element of myths and legends, yeah.
Of course, it could just be a myth. After all, no one has actually heard the sword speak. The point is that the Miekaki vesa did help the ancestors of Kalevala build a strong foundation. It's definitely not a cursed sword.
Alright, buddy. Whatever you say. Also, guys, can I just say, god damn, yo. Chloe looking snatched as fuck. Holy shit. Yeah, by the way, I don't know if you guys knew, this is actually me debuting a brand new design. You guys have not seen this before because this is my brand new, Honkai Star Rail OC design. So yeah, if you guys enjoy it, let me know in the comments. I love this new design personally. I really, really like it. Just finished working on it today. But yeah, this is my Honkai OC, guys.
I don't want to make things difficult for official Dahao. Let's do this his way and prove my innocence. If I can find that cursed sword, I can prove my innocence right away.
True. But how are you planning to find it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. There's something else bothering me. Why would the thief take the sword, but leave the case behind? Did they melt down the sword like I wanted to?
Maybe the case was too much trouble. Yeah, true.
Yeah. Maybe. But if the case was too much trouble, wouldn't it be too conspicuous to carry around the sword like that? In plain
They
sight?
might have wrapped it up in something or put it in a box or something like that. That's not the case. Okay, we've got her testimony. Gonshu?
Yes, I received your message yesterday and went to the arsenal to check on it. But when I went back this morning, all that was left was the case. I don't know anything else, so asking more questions won't help, I'm afraid. However, as the Master Artisan of the Artisanship Commission, I've got to clarify something. Even though the sword was stolen, this commission is still highly secure. Wait, no. I just remembered. My precious aromatons were smashed.
Well, we did smash some of those ourselves, to be fair.
Yunli says she didn't steal the sword, and I am willing to believe her. But I know well that Yunli can be impulsive. So if she did steal the sword on a whim, I won't show her any favors. You were with Yunli yesterday, young lady, so you have the best chance to prove her innocence. Is there anything you need to ask me?
Yeah, did she come to you afterwards?
No, she was still mad at me, so she didn't come by. If she had come with you, she wouldn't be a suspect right now.
How was
After the ceremony, Argenti carried the sword case, and together with the delegation, they were escorted by the Cloud Knights to the Artisanship Commission. The artisan there confirmed that the sword was safely stored.
Okay. That's really all I can ask, yeah.
I'm counting on you, then.
So, they said all this stuff about how there was only a few inch space to actually be able to get the sword out. The sword is completely closed in a box, so unless it was put in a location where you could only access it through a few inches, I'm a little confused. The container used to seal Goyun is indeed a sight to behold. Its beauty is radiant. Perhaps it is this very beauty that has drawn unwanted attention. Regardless, as one of the few pieces of physical evidence left at the scene, it may just hold traces of the thief. Let's check the exterior. Yep. Masterfully adorned with metal wire inlays, traces the pattern of lotus flowers, subtly proclaiming its origin from the illustrious Zhansho Zhuming. Fill out the lock. Locking mechanism nestled within the case remains intact, bearing no marks of external force or tampering.
So, the thief took the sword from the case without picking the lock?
Okay. Few smears of red along the bottom of the sword case's interior. Hard to ignore, as if a deliberate declaration of existence to those who are viewing the sword case. Check the red coloring from the interior. Yeah, is it blood? Oh. Petals teetering on the brink of withering. Precisely a single rose. Wait.
Why is this flower petal inside the case?
Yeah, what the fuck is No, but Argenti always does flowery shit, right? It could be Argenti. I don't know why he would want to steal it, but a rose petal is kind of making me think of him.
If you found any clues, feel free to tell everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I'm not sure if I can convince Mr. Dahao.
100% sure. Fine. Let me go through my reasoning again, and you can interrupt if anything feels off.
Okay.
Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship Commission, and that was Miss Yunli.
Okay.
On second thought, maybe let me think about it.
Take your time. Throughout the entire incident, there was only one suspect who broke into the Artisanship Commission. And that was
I don't
Miss
think we
Yunli.
know about anybody else breaking in.
Miss
Okay.
Yunli caused a ruckus at the Artisanship Commission trying to take away Guyun. But you stopped her in her tracks.
Yup. Okay.
After bidding
true.
farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone and stole Guyun.
On second thought, maybe...
Take your time.
Fair enough.
After bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal
I don't have
alone
anything.
and stole Guyun.
So how did she steal it if the lock
On
was
second
intact?
thought,
No, what the
Take
fuck?
your time.
Okay.
After bidding farewell to you, Yunli pretended to leave, but snuck into the arsenal alone.
can I prove this?
Throughout the entire Miss Yun, after bidding farewell, we haven't found any other suspects or
Okay,
evidence.
well, we do have evidence that that's not true.
I found this in the crevice at the bottom of the case.
A rose petal? Huh. Yeah, I must have missed it during the search. But why was there a petal inside the case?
Oh.
I don't know. But I do know that wherever that Knight of Beauty goes, he always leaves behind a trail of rose petals that's almost impossible to clean up.
Oh, that's it?
My thoughts are a mess. Let me sort them out. The sword case was never locked, which is evidence that only someone who delivered the sword could have done that.
True.
And the rose petal was probably left behind by that Knight of Beauty. But how did he manage to take the sword from the Artisanship Commission? Why did he steal it after returning it here? And why would he leave that petal in the case?
Hey, why don't you ask him?
I know. Guyun flew out of the case on its own. The Knight of Beauty only unlocked the box to aid its escape.
Don't be ridiculous. How can a sword escape from a case on its own?
You've never seen a flying sword before?
I've only heard about the Mieka Kifesa being able to fly in legends. But even if it could fly, why would the Knight of Beauty do this?
Like I said, the sword contains a heliobus. Argenti must have been under the control of the sword.
Fuck.
Maybe he was under its control even before you arrived on the Lofu.
Official Dahao, where can we find that knight?
Let me see. The docking location of Argenti's ship, the one and only.
Let's go. We've got to find Argenti before that sword completely takes over his mind.
Yup. Well, here we go. Onwards. Let's go get him. Let's go get our
still
boy.
early.
Our
Where to
voiceless
now?
boy. Who now has a voice, but not the same voice.
Success and failure.
Get back here,
A different
boy!
experience looking down on
Get back here, boy! In a quarter of stars is given, you stumble upon a knight clad in shimmering silver armor. Okay, yeah, fucking reading, I guess. There she is. Yunli, 15th day of month X, 1604. What? That was weird. Oh. Hello.
I've been waiting for you here for quite a while.
Knight of Beauty. You're the one who stole Guyun, right? Hand it over. You have no idea how dangerous that cursed sword is.
Dangerous? In my humble opinion, the real danger is always the hand wielding the weapon.
So yeah, you did intentionally leave that. right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. As a Drilla's knight, I've sworn to live in poverty, and I abhor theft. I had to leave behind a rose petal, in order to keep my promise to Master Guyon and uphold my knightly oath.
What?
What do you mean?
I agreed to assist Master Guyon in its escape from the Xianzhou. As the person who pulled it from the stone monument, captivated by its beauty, I must not let it down.
Oh, fuck.
I couldn't stay in the arsenal to convince the craftsman, nor did I want to take the sword like a thief. That's why I left behind a small piece of evidence that pointed to my identity in the hope of an open and honest conversation with you.
Whatever your reasons are, you're planning to take the cursed sword away from the Xianzhou. Hand it over to me!
Back then, it was the beauty of Master Guyon that impressed me, so I willingly embarked on the journey to return the sword. But unfortunately, Master Guyon's homeland is no longer the ideal place for it to return to. As a Knight of Beauty, I must not abandon it halfway.
Oh no. He's completely captivated by the power of that cursed sword.
Yeah, how can we snap him out of it? Yeah.
The solution is right in your hand.
My baseball bat?
Captivated?
Oh.
No, I am touched by Master Guyon's flawless beauty. To be honest, I'm confused why none of you can understand this sword. This is quite heartrending. I've already made up my mind to take Master Guyon away from the Xianzhou.
That cursed sword has messed with your ability to think. But I'll break you free from its grip. I'll shatter its illusion. And the sword itself.
Fair lady, if you're intent on taking away this person, this sword that is under my protection, please engage me with a fair duel according to knightly etiquette. As a representative of this duel, I, Argenti, challenge you.
Sure.
I swear on the spirit of chivalry, in front of Adrilla the Beauty, that I will represent Master Guyon in this duel. If I win, you will allow Master Guyon to leave the Xianzhou with me. And if you best me, Miss Yunli, I'll accept my defeat and turn Master Guyon over to you. Do you accept my challenge, Miss Yunli?
Fine. Let's see whose desire is stronger. Your desire to take it away, or my desire to hunt down all cursed swords.
All right,
Show
girl.
me what you've got.
Let's do this. It's time. We're going in.
You're not going
You
to
get to
use
use her?
Guyon
No.
to fight for victory?
Well, I know a thing or two about swordplay. In a proper duel like this, a knight should rely on the skills he's honed day and night.
You're a real weirdo.
You're a real weirdo.
My friends? Indulge yourselves! Rise to the challenge.
Like until everything burns to ashes! Firefight to live!
Rise to the challenge. In the mood for another It ain't over.
Some value as eternal.
Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might.
Set the seas ablaze!
Take your positions.
Step up, let's see it.
Oh, wait. I need you to heal Rue on my foot. Oh, okay. That,
Behold, this symbol of
okay,
pure
that's not
fighting
good.
and
Never
gentlemen.
mind. Oh, not the damage boost. Oh, please heal my girl.
So this is the warmth of life.
Confess.
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Put forth all your might.
Existence is unity. Every petal in life's all will be swept away by the wind.
Life's like a good... My friends? Indulge yourselves! Rise to the challenge.
How am I gonna die?
Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might.
Enjoying is still unanswered.
Stand in position.
Like until everything burns to ashes!
Dreams do come true.
Rise to the challenge. In the mood for another beat? It ain't over.
I will fight to live!
For chivalry.
I've lost. According to the rules of a knight's duel, I should keep my promise and hand over the sword to you. But before I do that, I hope that you, as the winner, might have the mercy and listen to Master Guyon's past experiences.
This sword has been cursed since the day it was forged. Place it in front of me, and let me destroy it.
Do what she says, Knight.
But...
You've done so much for me already. It's time for me to face her alone.
He draws forth an ancient sword scarred from countless battles. Before all eyes, fuck my life, I can't read.
I just want to share my past with you. To explain why I wanted to escape.
Okay.
After that, I'll leave my destiny in your hands. Are you afraid to witness my past?
Was that the sword that actually stabbed him? It looks like the same one.
Well, you do have a different aura from other cursed swords. But you're just trying to use my curiosity to lure me in.
Well, you know best that a single touch won't snatch away anyone's sanity.
Fine. Show me your past.
All right, let's see.
It's already impossible to contact the main Cloud Knight forces. What awaits me will be a long and lonely war.
Follow me.
Is this your memory?
Why are we in Bellabog? Or it's Kalevala in his memory, okay. Even though it's the same setup as Bellabog, but I guess we're not right, but...
It's so cold here. I didn't feel it when I was in the thick of battle, but now it's freezing me to the bone. You're indeed a masterpiece from the Xianzhou Juming. If you hadn't taken control of my body, I probably would have been decapitated in that fight.
Quiet, and stay alert. Boris and Wolf Troopers never give up the hunt.
Hey, just relax a bit. It's been over 300 days since we were both stranded on this planet. The transmitter never rings, so I guess we can't count on that anymore. The people on this planet still use beasts to pull their carts. Obviously, there's no way they can help us fix the star skiff. Looks like we're stranded on this forsaken planet for the rest of our lives.
The rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. Are you feeling any desperation? All by yourself in this hostile world?
Yeah, a bit. Perhaps.
When things get too rough for you to handle, just leave everything to me. No need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Yeah, sure. If I really can't handle things anymore, I'll leave my body to you. But now is not that time.
Do you really think you can oppose an entire Borisan army with your limited skills? What are you holding out for?
It's true that I'm stranded here, but it seems like that Borisan pack is in the same boat. By the way, Guyon, do you know what a seed is? A seed may seem insignificant, but with careful cultivation and time, it can grow into a huge, unwavering tree. You said that the rest of a Xianzhou native's life could be terribly long. You're right. That's why I intend to plant a seed named Resistance here, and nurture it for the rest of my life. I want to show the people of this land how to defend themselves against those monsters. I can already see the seed in the eyes of those people.
You really think you can do it? Why not just give me control, and we can revel in the bloodbath together?
What was the memory I just saw?
It was a memory of me and a Cloud Knight, stranded on an unfamiliar planet. We crash-landed on a planet occupied by Borisin. Just the two of us.
I can feel that it was a lonely war.
Huh. Okay.
I'm alive. But all the young people in the village...
They died. They died for you. They died because of your big promises. Promising them a life free from the Borisin. I tasted their despair before death. They didn't see it coming. And neither will you.
We can't stay here. Let's move on to the next village.
Why? What's the point? You and your sorry excuse for an army have been fighting for over 3 decades, and you haven't won a single battle. What you're sowing is not resistance, but despair.
Jeez.
This world is hopeless. It's completely infested with packs of Borisin. You've seen their numbers, and you know their methods. And those commoners you've put your hopes in, they just kneel down and worship the monsters devouring their children and families, calling them their Beastmasters.
Wait, so...
You ended one of the Beastmasters for their sake, but they turned on you because they were scared of the Borisin taking revenge. You remember all that, right?
I do. I remember my first death.
Oh, shit.
The Borisin cut off my head. But I also remember that if it weren't for a brave youngster who risked his neck to reattach my head and give me a proper burial, I would have disappeared completely.
Oh my god.
I remember everything the people did for me. They left food at the entrance of my cave, fixed my fur coat, and some even joined my resistance. The rest of the Xianzhou native's life is still terribly long, and there will be new youngsters who will stand beside me in battle. Time is on our side.
You said it was a lonely war. No. It wasn't a war filled with loneliness, but with despair. So much despair that I don't want to ever taste it again.
Huh. Also, where did Yunli go in that cutscene? That was weird. Alright, let's keep following.
I'm leaving.
Where are you going, Your Highness?
I'm returning to my homeland. A distant place beyond the sky. I'm not coming back.
But what should we do with you gone? What if those wolf demons show up again?
They won't, my child. You've wiped out the last of them. But before I go, I need you to do one thing for me. Even though the wolf demons are gone, new monsters will appear in this world.
So he kept calling them beast masters, right? So they've enslaved the wolves. The Borisin have enslaved these people. Are these then the wolven kind? I'm forgetting what they're called. The not the wolven kind. The Foxians. That's what they're called. Because if they're Foxians, well, first of all, they don't have any ears. But I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean they're not Foxians, I guess. I mean, I guess they could also just be human slaves of sorts as well. But so is this? I'm trying to figure out if this is the story of the guy who saved Foxians, right? Who freed Foxians from the Borisin captivity? I'm not sure.
Soon, a demon will appear, donning golden branches and knowing only bloodshed. However, fear not, my children. I'm entrusting you with this sword that's been with me in countless battles. Use the skills I've taught you over the years, and you'll surely defeat that last demon. But that's not all. I need you to construct a stone monument for me. It must be large and sturdy enough to seal the remains of that demon forever. This is a debt you owe me, and you must fulfill it. Do you understand?
You lied to them. And you lied to me, too.
Shit.
Oh?
You promised that you'd give your body to me when you couldn't handle things anymore.
Well, this Xianzhou native's life has finally come to an end, my old friend. How about one last chance for revenge? Come and bid me farewell for the final time.
He had long since come to some understanding. I could sense a mix of intricate emotions flowing out. It wasn't bloodlust, or anger, or fear. What he had left for you was hope.
They've learned how to fight monsters. But there's still one last monster lingering in the world. Kill it, my old friend. He left me there without ever looking back.
Interesting.
Thank you, my old friend. Heliobi can taste human emotions. How do my emotions taste, my old friend?
A hint of bitter compassion and a touch of scalding courage. Your heart's deepest desire is to end war once and for all. Now, the war is finally over. Can you hear? Even though you can't hear me anymore, my old friend, I'll do everything I can to bring an end to all conflicts in this world.
So, this is the past of the Kalevalan people's Sword of Heroes? You helped the people of that world bring an end to war?
No, I did not. I am a weapon, and I only became the cause of more conflicts. Countless monarchs of Kalevala saw me as a symbol of kingship endowed by nature, and they waged wars in order to possess me. I grew tired of their wicked intentions. I didn't want to kill for anyone anymore, so I returned to the stone monument where my master was buried. And since then, no one was able to remove me from it.
But you allowed Argenti to take you away?
Because even after all this time, I still wanted my master to come home.
Aw. Damn, bro. Oh, this is the monument.
During the sword gifting ceremony, I felt anguish when I learned that I would be handed over to the most skilled swordmaster and once again become a tool for killing. My master had engraved his deepest desire into my blade. End war. As a weapon, my purpose was predetermined from the start. I had to become a deadly sword that would relentlessly hack and kill. But once I fulfilled my mission, would I have the right to choose my own destiny like he did? So, I asked the Knight of Beauty to help me break free from this never-ending cycle of bloodshed.
These thousands of years have naturally turned into memories of mine. I think I understand the beauty the knight was talking about now.
Yep.
I don't want to be a sword that brings death. My war ended long ago. The years spent as a tombstone were my finest.
Aw.
I've told you everything about my experience with Master Guyan on Kalevala. And now, I'm sure that Miss Yunli is as moved by the sword's flawless beauty as I was back then.
Even though I had heard the legends of this sword from the delegation, delving into its memories was still fascinating. Yunli, I trust Guyan's experiences have changed your mind.
Yeah. That is a good point. General Huyan said that this sword would change you.
That's why Grandpa hid it from me. So I wouldn't make a hasty decision. I always thought a cursed sword infused with a heliobus would only bring rage and slaughter. I never thought someone could leave behind the desire to end war, and even change the nature of the cursed sword. My position was too extreme. Guyan is truly a sword of heroes. I apologize to all of you for my behavior. I'm sorry.
Aw. Oh, good, man. To be fair, I was right there with you. I completely agreed.
Now that we've proven Miss Yunli's innocence and found the sword, should we now return it to the arsenal?
No. I'm still going to melt down this sword. I've heard your true desires, Guyan. I can sense that you're tired of being a sword. Constantly serving new masters and fighting battles you no longer want to be part of. Right?
But being a sword is my destiny. I'm doomed to serve some master and fight battles endlessly. Can the wind choose to stop blowing? Can a cloud choose to stop drifting? No. It's the same for me. A creation with a predetermined destiny.
That's not true, Guyan. That nameless swordmaster shaped his own destiny. So you can too.
I just can't picture my destiny being anything other than that of a sword.
Do you remember when you stood alone in front of the swordmaster's stone monument? People admired you because you carried the memories of the hero. You are no longer a sword. You were a memorial.
Later, as I became worn and weathered, the gentle wind would pass through the hollows of my body, creating melodic tones that echoed in the distant mountains.
Aww.
I became a musical instrument then. I miss those times.
Can a creation become what it wants to be? The answer is yes. I'll grant your wish, Guyan, and transform you into something different.
Something different?
But this is the price for the war dance. If the Kalevalan delegation finds out... Please, say something, General Huayan.
Well, my granddaughter has always been stubborn. Are you really sure about this, Yunli?
What do you all think?
Yeah.
Fulfilling Master Guyan's wishes is the reason I came to the Xianzhou. With the Drilla's blessing, you could turn Master Guyan into a plow. But as long as it fulfills his wish to end war, I support it fully.
Then, I'll leave it to you, Yunli.
Finally, make your way to the artisanship preserves Pentad already seeking the use of the forging furnace.
It's been an honor getting to know you like this.
The honor is mine. Thank you, Yunli.
Huh.
Why the long face, my child? Are you feeling regret, perhaps? You were completely determined when melting down the sword. So, why the sudden change of heart?
Grandpa, I melted down the prize for the war dance. How are you going to explain this to the Lawfu?
Oh? Am I hearing right? This little girl is worried about her grandpa. Didn't see that coming.
If only I'd talked to you from the beginning, Grandpa. Maybe things wouldn't have escalated like this. But at least Guyan got what it wanted. I have no regrets there.
When it comes to swords, you and your father are cut from the same cloth. So, are you planning to continue melting down the rest of Hongguang's swords?
Yeah. Guyan is unique. But the other cursed swords are still too dangerous for anyone to handle. But maybe I'll try to be more patient next time.
Be more patient. Well said. Remember what you learned today, because there will be many more situations in the future that will require you to be more patient.
Understood. But what about the prize?
Well, ever since you showed up at the ceremony, I had a hunch. So I prepared another sword as a backup plan. And don't worry, this one has nothing to do with Heliobi.
That's perfect.
By the way, the ambassador from Kalevala and that knight went to Arum Alley. They're looking for a spot to honor the hero. Why don't we go take a look together?
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Okay, bro, what is it with Hoyo and making me feel emotions, dude? Like, they legitimately have me feeling emotions for a fucking sword right now. That's crazy. What the fuck, man? How could they do this? Ooh.
Oh, General Huayan. What brings you here?
Well, my granddaughter was inspired by the heroic legends told by the Mieka Kivesa, so she dragged me here to take a look.
Oh,
I come from a long line of Kalevalan monument keepers. For generations, my family has guarded the stone monument left behind by the nameless hero. Over the centuries, a golden tree sprouted from under the monument, and its branches have never withered. We Kalevalans see it as proof of the hero's existence. Before leaving Kalevala, I took a branch from that golden tree, hoping to plant it here to represent the hero returning to his homeland.
That sounds good. We Xianzhou people don't make coffins or set up memorials, so I'm sure he would be happy to rest here where life is bustling.
The hero had asked our ancestors to carve something into the monument, so I made a copy of it too. While the inscription is pretty worn with age, perhaps you can still make out some of it.
I have drifted far from my homeland and am on the brink of death. Yet, I take solace in having honorably fulfilled my duties. Should you feel compassion for me, kind traveler, please take a handful of soil hence and bring it back to the Lawfu. Mr. Pavo, I wonder if that hero ever left a name in your history.
I apologize, but the hero's epic battles happened long ago, and he did not leave any name for us to call him. But in our mythology, he came from the heavens, and so we call him the Cloud Knight.
Welcome home, Cloud Knight.
Now, you can also rest here, Guyan.
Oh, wait, that's so pretty. Wait, that's so cool. So she did, because remember, he said he enjoyed being a musical instrument, and as the winds whistled through, you know, the hollow portions of his construction, that he, you know, would make music, and they turned him into an instrument so that the two of them could last together. Ancient Guquin, or I don't know how that's pronounced exactly. Even without human touch, it occasionally bursts out with no sense of humming an untuned melody for someone unseen. That's so pretty, man. Oh, that's so sweet. All right, let's see if Yunli has any last things to say.
I'm feeling a bit emotional. I'd like to stay here for a while. Thank you for your guidance. I'm truly grateful. By any chance, would you be interested in taking sword lessons with me? Like March?
Oh, that'd be cute. Maybe not have a baseball bat. Thanks for no thanks. I don't think I can endure the hardship. I'm gonna say baseball bat. That was a really sweet story, man. I mean, damn, yeah, that was really heartfelt. I honestly see. The thing is, I mean, the way that they portrayed her from the initial story, I kind of figured that she was going to be very much so like, she's always back talking and like, you know, like shooting the shit with Yan Qing, and so I always thought that she was kind of gonna be like, I don't know, almost a bit like tsundere, or like kind of, you know, a little closed offish, but she was very open, and the story that they were able to tell with her character was amazing, and like her backstory was really sad, but you know, there was also a lot to it. There was a lot to her story, and you know, her coming to the realization of what really happened with the sword and why it's so important, but also at the same time, like, you know, even though she knew it was important, she also kind of realized that the sword didn't want to be a sword anymore. That's so good, dude. It was such a great story. Well, we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. Thank you so much for everything today. I really do appreciate you guys coming and joining me to play through Yunli's story quest. This was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. If you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like and comment down below so you can let me know that you enjoyed it, and if there's any other stories you would like me to see play through on my YouTube channel from any of the Hoyo games, or even other games if you're interested in stuff like that. And of course, subscribe to check out more future Let's Plays as they come up, because these are really fun to make, and I can put them out relatively easily. So, you know, if there's something that you would like to see again in the future, please let me know. And that's going to be about it. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces!